Hey everyone, Irix Guy here. I just wanted to talk about the must-have mounts for any GoPro camera user. Now, you can check out my other videos for more information about the GoPro cameras themselves, but what I want to do in this video is highlight the mounts. Now, I've been using GoPro, got an HD Hero 2 GoPro, the outdoor edition. I got it a few years ago, and then last year in 2012, I got the latest and greatest GoPro HD Hero 3 Black Edition. I still use both of the cameras, but throughout my journey I've discovered some mounts that I always use. Now there's a lot of other mounts out there, and depending upon your filming needs, you may need some more, but the essentials are the following. Now, the first thing I recommend is this. It's yellow. It's called the Bobber. Now the Bobber is not made by GoPro. It's made by a third party called GoPole, P-O-L-E, like telephone pole. What's interesting about this mount is that it functions as a handle. So you can put your GoPro right on the top and you can shoot with it. You could have your GoPro on the top with an LCD backpack, or just shoot blindly without a visual display of what you're filming. But this doubles as a flotation device. So not only can you use this out of water, but you can use it in the water. And because of its bright yellow color, and I can attest to this, when I was selling, and check out my selling videos on my channel as well, but when I was selling in the Virgin Islands, this when the sailboat hits the wind really hard and it starts to list, that's the word, list, and it kind of goes over, and when you're on the front deck you are sitting upright and then you go over. Well, the camera was sitting between my legs because I had a rum and coke in my hands, and the camera just fell off. But because of the bright color of this floating thing, it was easy to retrieve in a man overboard type rescue scenario. So highly recommend, you got to get one of these. The next mount that you got to have, and get one of those even if you're not going to take it into water, because it's still a good handle, and having that extra versatility of floating is an added benefit. This is one that I didn't really discover the full power of it until I started using it. Now this is the latest and greatest from GoPro.com. They did have a previous version, but this is the GoPro suction mount. And what's cool about this is that, and you wouldn't think a suction cup's going to hold something really securely. And obviously I wouldn't recommend this, but this thing, when it grips a flat surface so well that it almost feels like you could rock climb on it. It seems like it may even be able to hold a lot of body weight. Not that I would use it for that, but I'm trying to explain the quality of this, how impressed I am. So GoPro suction mount. This is cool if you're going to drive around in your car. You want to put your GoPro in the front of your car and get that nice smooth driving footage. This could go on the side of a boat, maybe the front of the boat, maybe the back of the boat. Maybe you're water skiing and you want to have a GoPro camera on the right side of your boat or left side of your boat, the stern, or the, what is that, starboard, or the aft and starboard, I forget. But I'm kind of rusty on my boating terminology. But you get the point. This can go to any flat and clean surface. And then when you put it on, and you can check out my other video for the unboxing and the review of this. I posted them on my channel as well. But when you get it on a flat surface, you push down and you just lock down, and this thing will, I've been on bumpy roads, everything. It's never fallen off. So just a really good must-have mount that will attach to any flat and clean surface. Just really high quality GoPro suction mount. Now the next must-have mount that I have, and I'm running out of space there on my table for put stuff down. I'm just going to put it back in my pocket. This is definitely a must-have mount. This is the GoPro Headstrap mount. You can get this from GoPro.com, Amazon.com for not much at all. Now you'll notice here, and you can check out my other video, I've rigged to the back of this, and this isn't GoPro, this is just a standard brightly colored floating camera handle. But I rigged it up to my headstrap mount, and the reason being, and I can take that off by the way, but I use this in the water a lot. So you put your GoPro headstrap mount on, and this stays behind your head so it's not interfering with what you're filming. But in the event, say you're water skiing or surfboarding or something like that, and your headstrap mount comes off, this is going to enable your headstrap mount and the GoPro to float. So you'll run a greater the probability of losing your GoPro is greatly lessened by having that extra piece of reassurance on the back of the GoPro head strap mount. GoPro head strap mount's a must-have, and one of the main reasons is that when you're filming with a head strap mount, if you notice when I turn my head, well, the camera's on the front of your head, so it gives that it gives the visual effect that it's a first-person type video, and that's what attracts a lot of people to GoPro cameras. They're people that are into action like myself, and they want to document all of those activities in a first-person perspective. Well, what better first-person perspective than having a head strap mount right above your eyes so that where you look is where the camera's looking, and when you download that video, when you get home to your computer, it's as if you were seeing it through your own eyes, but when you post it on YouTube or whatnot, it's seeing someone else's activities in their eyes on your TV, on your computer or your TV screen. It's really cool. This is my favorite, by far my favorite mount, GoPro head strap mount. And then last but not least, and this doesn't have to be a let's see, I'm trying to get this other thing out of my pocket here. Okay, yeah, there's actually two pieces to this. Now, if I can get the other piece out, there it is. Okay, so this right here is not a GoPro branded accessory. This is a generic, got it for a few bucks off of Amazon. If you search for Monopod, M-O-N-O-P-O-D, you can find a monopod for a camera. Now this isn't designed specifically for GoPro. What I like about it, and you're about to see, is that it comes out, and look how long that is. And on the tip, when you look at this particular one, there's different brands, there's actually a lot of third parties that make them with the GoPro tip on it. But what I like about this one, it only costs a few bucks, and it's got your standard, if you've dealt with tripods for standard cameras, you know, it's got that little screw thing. So this has that. But in addition to this, you can purchase, and I got this because I use regular cameras as well as my GoPro, but I got the GoPro tripod mount that you see right here. So all I do with it, when I'm using this monopod in conjunction with my GoPro, I just screw the GoPro mount on the top. Then I can attach my GoPro and use this long monopod. Now you might ask, why would someone want to attach a GoPro to such a long stick? And there's sticks that are a lot longer than this one. Well, it's something referred to as Steadicam. Now you don't have to be a film expert, and I'm not a film expert, but you don't have to be a film expert to understand and appreciate the value of Steadicam. When you've got a camera in your hand and you move even the slightest bit, you're going to notice a shake in the video. When you've got a camera, when you got your GoPro attached to a handle such as this, you're going to notice less shake than if you were just holding the back of the GoPro camera. And when you're using a long monopod such as this, the length of the shaft actually makes the video appear to be a lot smoother. So this length of shaft enables you to film and not have as much visible shake within your video. So it's just a really cool thing. Now not only from a shake perspective, but you can get some really cool shots. You can stretch out a camera like if you were walking. Say you're doing an outdoor documentary, and you've probably watched a lot of shows on TV like Les Stroud, Survivor Man, no longer on the air I don't think, but he often had a monopod and he was hiking and he was talking, and it almost gives it that kind of like helicopter look, like somebody's flying over your head and filming. Likewise, you can hold it down and get some cool shots like maybe dogs, cats walking by. Just a really cool way to add a unique visual perspective to your GoPro films. And last but not least, and this is something that comes with your GoPro camera, whether it's HD Hero 3 or 2 or whatever, these little sticky things. So they've got the piece on the back for the GoPro to slide in with its plastic mount attached to the bottom. And then it's got a strong adhesive base. This is good if you're traveling and you don't know what you might end up attaching your GoPro to, because these are relatively inexpensive. You can buy replacements from GoPro, Amazon, etc. But if you really have an opportunity to get a really cool GoPro shot, this will attach to about anything that's flat. So just a really good must-have. I always carry a few of these in my travel bag when I go out and do GoPro photo shoots. So I don't think I know that's all of the essentials. Now, I do have a lot of other mounts. I've got the chest strap mount, the GoPro Chesty, and I excluded that. Although it adds a unique filming perspective, I didn't list it as what I deem an essential GoPro mount, because it's kind of, well, I'll just say it like it is. It makes a very incredible filming perspective because it's not your eyes, but it's your chest. But it looks goofy as everything when you wear it. So, you know, as soon as you take out that GoPro Chesty mount, prepare to be laughed at by people that may not be familiar with GoPro cameras and what you're doing. Because I remember I swam up from a sailboat, and this was out in St. John. Got off the sailboat a few hundred yards offshore, swam to shore, and I had a full rig. I had a GoPro HD Hero 3. GoPro HD Hero 2 Outdoor Edition. One of them was on the bobber mount, and then the other one was on the Chesty mount. And then I had a standard point and shoot Panasonic Lumix TS3 camera on a floating strap around my wrist. So I swim to shore and I get out with this full rig on, so I got like 3 cameras. And you can imagine the Chesty mount really gives you some goofy looks, but you know, I didn't care. I got some incredible video from that trip. And but with that being said, I wouldn't deem the Chesty mount an essential. And by the way, something you don't think about if you're using it in a warm weather environment and you don't have a shirt on, when you take that thing off, you're gonna have some wicked tan lines. So for those reasons, although I like the GoPro Chesty, very high quality mount, I don't consider it one of my must-have mounts. But that's everything, and appreciate you watching. Check out my other GoPro videos. I've got a ton of GoPro videos on youtube.com/IrixGuy. So subscribe if you haven't already. And I've got a lot of videos there now and a lot more coming soon. And if there's something in particular that you're curious about, let me know. Like I said, I'm not an expert. This is just an extreme hobby of mine. I love GoPros. Love going out and figuring out what I can shoot with it, and then upload the video to my YouTube channel. So if there's anything in particular you're curious about, let me know, and I'll do my best to post a video and answer the question. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.